Yo, so what's going on guys, it's your boy LaazrGaming, welcome back to another GTA 5 video. Now in today's video I've got something extra special to share with you guys, and that's some leaked information on the upcoming motorbike DLC. If you guys have been subscribed to my channel for a little while now, then you know that every few months some big leaked information gets released about some upcoming DLCs. There is usually a load of bullshit that gets spreaded around the community, however the people that have leaked out this information are probably the most credible leakers in the GTA community. They have been right on several big DLCs in the past, including the Lowriders DLC, the Heist DLC, and a bunch more. So as usual, I'm going to break down some of the coding and scripting that has been leaked out and give my personal opinion on what I think might be coming out as far as new vehicles and new CEO abilities, as well as a prediction on the actual release date of this DLC, because it might not be as far away as you guys initially think. So as always, if you guys do find this video informative in any way, shape or form, or do go on to enjoy it, do be sure to drop a like down below. Feel free to subscribe if you are new, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so there was bits and pieces leaked out earlier on in the week. However, more information does seem to come out with these leaks as the days progress. So only about 3 days ago, Yan2295 did tweet out 3 very important pointers about the upcoming DLC. Of course, there can be lots of coding, vehicle names and stuff that can be leaked, but the 3 points that he made right here, as you guys can see, it will be motorcycle themed. So as you guys are probably aware, every single DLC that comes out in GTA 5 is always themed around something, whether this be vehicles, jobs, activities, the beach, robbing a bank, or hydraulics. And the theme of the DLC will usually carry through in all aspects. So whether you guys are getting tattoos, they'll be based around that theme, or even the clothing. A perfect example of this would be the Beach Bomb DLC, which came with a load of swimming costumes and like tattoos based around fish and stuff. So obviously very much based around what you'd wear to the beach, whereas the executives and other criminals came with a load of suits, very exclusive high-end clothing and expensive vehicles. So I could see the clothing being pretty sick, if I'm honest with you guys, if there is a motorcycle themed DLC coming out, because if you guys can think back to GTA 4, Rockstar Games have actually already released a motorcycle themed DLC which was called The Lost and Damned, and I've got to say, I personally remember getting this DLC when it first came out, and it was one of the best DLCs that Rockstar have ever brought out, or even on any game in general. Obviously I'm a bit of a Rockstar fanboy, so I'm going to be a bit biased, but the DLC had a bit of everything: a brand new story mode plus a whole new online world. If you guys aren't aware, the Lost and Damned multiplayer is a different universe to the one on GTA 4. So if you're on GTA 4 right now on your Xbox 360, but your mate is playing the Lost and Damned DLC, he won't be able to join your game. They are actually on completely different servers. So obviously, seeing as Rockstar have already put out a motorcycle themed DLC previous, I do think we can kind of get an idea by looking at that DLC at some of the clothing and the aesthetics that will be coming out with this DLC. So obviously bikers are stereotypically wearing leather jackets with a bunch of logos over them, so I am thinking maybe we'll be able to customize that, so we can put our own crew logo maybe, and you can unlock different badges from completing different challenges. Honestly, with a motorcycle themed DLC, there's so many different potential ways Rockstar could take this, and I couldn't see them limiting themselves to one type of motorcycle, because a lot of guys don't know that much about motorbikes in general compared to cars. There is a bunch of different classes of motorcycles, so if you're thinking there's only like 5 different types they could bring out, there really isn't. You've got like naked bikes, you've got scooters, you've got power scooters, you've got sports bikes, power cruisers, supermoto, dirt bike, choppers. Literally there is a ton of different bikes they could bring out in this new update, which leads me on to my next point. I don't think we are only going to receive motorcycles from this DLC, because if you guys aren't aware, the Lost and Damned, which is pretty much the biggest motorcycle gang within the GTA franchise, they have a bunch of other vehicles, including the Slam Van that you can see on screen right now, which is branded with their logo and is already in GTA 5 pretty much since last gen. However, it isn't like a purchasable vehicle, as well as this car right here, which is like another version with no roof. And if you guys can actually think back to before the Lowriders first DLC came out, just like this motorcycle DLC, there was a bunch of scripting that was leaked out, and they all pretty much contained the names of the cars which did end up coming out on the Lowriders DLC. However, one of the cars never ended up making the final DLC, and if you guys can remember back to that video, it was indeed the Slam Van. And there was another car on that list, the Tornado, which did end up coming out in the Lowriders Part 2. So Rockstar can always change their mind and remove things last minute, and if they came up with the idea for the motorcycle DLC shortly after the Lowriders idea, then it would make sense for them to maybe think, hold on, let's remove the Slam Van and bring it in the motorcycle DLC, so at least we can have one car in that DLC that you can bring over to Benny's. Because you also do have to think, in the past few DLCs there's been no cars you can take to Benny's, so they kind of do like to pace things out, Rockstar, give you guys a few updates with any cars, and then maybe a few updates with just pure LS custom cars. So me personally, I'm just throwing it out there as an idea. There is no linked information to say there is a definite slam van coming, but if you guys can think back to my lowriders leaked information DLC, there was no leaked information as far as hydraulics coming, and I did throw that idea out there. I did get a bit of hate for that. I do remember that video. That was the funniest moment probably of my entire YouTube career. I put this video out there saying I have a feeling hydraulics are coming, and the amount of dudes that was like, are you smoking crack? Rockstar will never bring hydraulics in. Little to be known, 3 months later they ended up bringing them out. So you do have to kind of think out the boxes with these DLCs and these themes of what they've done in previous GTA 5 games to what they've maybe hinting at doing in the future. Okay, so the next thing Jan goes on to say is currently scheduled for August. The keyword there being currently, because Jan does go on to say that Rockstar can always change their mind. What I just basically said before about them removing the slam van, Rockstar are quite known for doing that stuff, just removing or adding items last second. They've been pretty much doing this since the game's release. Nonetheless, if you guys aren't aware, Rockstar have already announced an upcoming DLC which will be coming out in just 2 to 3 days. It's actually the part 4 of the Cunning Stunts DLC, which will actually include the stunt race creator. So if you guys aren't aware, these insane stunt races that you can see on screen right now, you will be able to customize your own race around this. So using all of these crazy loop-de-loops, pits of fire and shit. So it should be a pretty epic addition to GTA 5 Online, and just like a bunch of the micro DLCs over the last few years, it will be coming out on Tuesday yet again. So that has led a lot of people on to think, wait, there is 5 Tuesdays in August. So if Rockstar do bring out this stunt race creator right at the start of August, by the time we reach the end of August, a full month would have passed. So the dating and the timing does make sense. I'm not gonna lie, it does look quite likely that we will be receiving this DLC towards the end of August, early September, I would say. Nonetheless, the third and final thing Jan goes on to say is we'll add a 6th property. Now, if you guys do watch my videos or you've been subscribed to me for a few months now, you'll know that I have been calling for this shit for fucking ages. Coming from someone that likes to showcase every single vehicle when they first come out, the amount of fucking cars that I have lost over the last few months because I've been forced to sell them due to a lack of space, and I don't want to like have garages on my second character. I just want to have all my cars with my main guy. Like if I want to show off certain cars, I don't want to have to switch characters and all that bullshit. That's just long. Now here's where stuff gets interesting. I'm going to throw out one of those crazy crackpot theories again, and what I'm about to say will make much more sense in just a few minutes once I actually show you guys the scripting. Now, I'm sure you guys are aware, as I was about to say, you can now purchase different types of property within GTA 5. Back in the day, when it first came out, all it was flats and garages. Simple as that, straightforward. Now, obviously, you can get offices and warehouses, which unlock new abilities in the game. So if you guys aren't aware, bikers are pretty much well known for having like their hideouts. So it's pretty much heavily influenced on GTA 4, the Lost and Damned hideout. I'm pretty sure you guys would have seen it before. Like a few snooker tables in there, you had like a little nightclub area, you could go upstairs, a pretty sick little hideout. So I'm thinking whether Rockstar are thinking about adding something like that, but for your crew. So it'd make more sense like if you want to all meet up by one spot, just like you have your office, but anyone can access it, and maybe just some mini games there or something recreational that you guys can do. Now, the reason why I say that, because I'm going to move on to my other point. Now, this is the information that got leaked out earlier on in the week, which I was talking about at the start of the video. And here is the scripting that you can see that got leaked. Now, as you can see, it reads AM PM Personal Mod Garage, which sounds very interesting. GB Biker Bad Deal, Biker Initiation, Biker Joust, Biker Rescue Contact, and Vehicle Export. Now, I know a load of you guys are going to be sitting there thinking, wait, hold on, what the hell does GB mean? We understand all the rest of the words, but what does GB mean? Now, this actually comes from another credible leaker in the GTA community, and this is actually over in the GTA forums. So this is coming from FunNW2, and he goes on to say, the ones that start with GB is basically related to a CEO or VIP work mission, or even a new status within Secure Serve system. So he does go on to say then, the first one is pretty interesting. It's related to modding your garage. Every script that starts with AMMP is property related, something that you can own. What do you think? Now, I find this extremely interesting because if you guys aren't aware, when you own a warehouse, you're able to upgrade certain vehicles that came out with that DLC, such as the Brickade, the Tugboat, See, now can you see why it's making sense? I think there's a new hideout or something coming where you'll be able to upgrade your crew vehicle just like we can as a CEO in our warehouse. And if you guys aren't aware, they also introduced a bunch of new CEO work, including haulage, headhunter. So now when you look at this scripting, does it make more sense that some of these look like missions, some of them look like predicaments that might be similar to the SecuraServe CEO, but like in a new status, just like Fun MW2 said. So going from the top, from the first one, as you guys can see, biker bad deal, pretty self-explanatory. We already know about making crates, going to certain deals, and they could end up bad. So that could be the scripting for like a deal going wrong, where you have to quickly get your shit together and make sure you leave with your money or your merchandise. Next, this is why I do think there is a crew hideout or something, because there is only one explanation for this: biker initiation. I'm pretty sure you all know what initiation means. So if you guys join like a pact or a secret society, they always initiate you into that society or that group or that club. This could be a wide variation of things. So some packs might tell you, oh, you have to kill this person and then you can join because we know you're loyal. Some packs will try and embarrass you, so they have like some sort of incriminating evidence on you, something that keeps you loyal to that sect. So this is why I'm thinking maybe you'll have to do something for an existing biker gang in GTA 5, or maybe your own biker gang. So the same way you can be a CEO, maybe this is going to be like the rivals to the CEOs, the bikers running around. And if they want to be really technical about it, they could probably even merge the two together, so you can only sell certain special crates to other bikers, and then bikers can only sell a certain product to CEOs. However, the next piece of script once again sounds so fucking interesting: biker joust. And if you guys don't know what jousting is, that's like an old medieval sport where you'd both be on horseback and you'd swing lances at each other. I'm pretty sure you guys would have seen some form of jousting in your lifetime. So literally just think about what I just said and imagine, instead of being on horses, a big 21st century biker joust competition. So this maybe does sound like the new adversary mode that would be introduced with this new DLC, or a new mode completely. I'm not gonna lie, the last few modes that Rockstar have introduced, whether this be power play or the stunt races, have been fucking epic. So I am predicting this will definitely be one of the best, or at least definitely one of the most funnest parts of this new DLC. Now the next piece of coding says biker rescue contact. Of course you can just interpret this in any way you like. Rescue and contact, they have so many connotations within GTA 5. By the way, who the fuck is paying attention to the gameplay in the back? Can you see this no life dickhead literally just sitting there in a stunt race trying to block a ramp? What is fucking wrong with these kids? Instead of sitting in the race and trying to enjoy the race like a normal human, he's just gonna sit there, waste his life trying to ruin the race for other people. Honestly, my mind was fucking blown when I saw this shit happening in 2016. However, moving back into the leaked scripts, rescue contact could simply be, like we said earlier, a new type of VIP or biker work. So I'm sure you guys are aware there's lots of different settlements around Blaine County. Remember, a big thing when the Executives and Other Criminals DLC came out, well, I said it, I don't know about any other YouTubers or anyone else that owns any websites, is that they're very, very heavily influenced in this city. There's hardly any, or if none at all, in Blaine County. And this is actually an area that the bikers are very heavily influenced. I'm pretty sure 80% of you would have played the story mode and you would have come across a load of them. They're heavily influenced in Trevor's missions. So this obviously makes sense now when you think about it like that, that this would open up that section of the map for doing VIP and CEO work, which actually perfectly leads me on to my final piece of script which I'm going to talk about, which is vehicle export, which, if you guys aren't aware, is pretty self-explanatory. It means you get a vehicle and you're exporting it somewhere where it originally wasn't from. Now, the first thing that came to my mind when I heard vehicle export, and most of you guys that are GTA veterans will know this straight away, is Simeon. That is his specialty within GTA 5. Now, I've showed you guys the scripting and what some of the leakers have actually had to say about this, but another thing that was said by Fun MW2 on the Rockstar forums was that this scripting was actually added in previous updates. Now, why would Rockstar add this scripting into a previous update if they're not planning on releasing it until August? And I believe I have literally just clocked onto it whilst making this video. Now, if you guys do play GTA 5 regularly, like myself, if I didn't play the game regularly, I probably wouldn't be saying this right now, but because I actually play the game every day, unlike some content creators, I've noticed a shit ton, I mean a shit ton, of increased phone calls from Simeon. If you don't believe me, you probably got your preferences or your contact on delayed or off. Put no delay, play GTA 5 for an hour, and then tell me how many times Simeon called you. Now this is the reason why I think they've added the scripting in this early. Another few theories that I've heard people throw out there is that obviously Rockstar put it here on purpose for guys like Ian or FunMW2 to find it on purpose so people can talk about it over YouTube, and Rockstar actually like this stuff to be leaked out because it helps them by giving them free promotion, which is a viable argument. That could easily be the case, but actually after reading the final piece of script and then thinking about when I've been playing GTA 5 in the last month, what has been actually different that isn't so obvious to the naked eye, and that is it, guys. Honestly, I reckon Simeon will probably play some sort of part in the whole vehicle export side of the new DLC. So with that information, it could be our own biker gang, or we could see previous characters from GTA 4 maybe giving you the work, similar to the Lowrider DLC, the way Lamar from the story mode came out of new missions. And finally, the last bit of information that FunMW2 leaked out on the GTA forums was that there was a new actual hash code, which is usually a vehicle that was found in the Con and Stunts DLC, which wasn't released with the Con and Stunts DLC. So he probably thought that they maybe had a last minute idea to change. I do personally think that's maybe the Slam Van or a new version of the Slam Van that we can bring to Benny's. Only time will tell. So do be sure to definitely leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this new leaked information. If there's anything that you think I missed out on, that you clocked onto that maybe I should have mentioned, do be sure to leave a comment down below, and I might do an updated version to this when more information does get leaked. Nonetheless, that is going to do it for me, guys. If you are still watching to this point, and you probably have enjoyed the video or found it informative in some way, shape or form, so all I ask is you do return the favor by dropping a like down below. Also do feel free to subscribe if you are new, as I do post daily GTA 5 content. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.